from North Carolina's Piedmont Triad, the American Sports Network is proud to visit Greensboro for the Minor League Baseball Sunday Showcase. Look at downtown Greensboro, and right here in Greensboro, we have the Newbridge Bank Park. And tonight on our Sunday Showcase, it's single-A action from the South Atlantic League as the Greensboro Grasshoppers host the Hickory Crawdads. Well, hi again, everyone. I'm Dave Armstrong, along with former big leaguer Keith Moreland. Keith, it's hard to believe we started all this in El Paso back in late May, and here we are, our last minor league game of the year, and what a great place to finish in Greensboro.
Well, it's been an outstanding trip all season long. Every place we've gone, you know, all good things have to come to an end. It's unfortunate, but hopefully we'll be back next year.
Our showcase all summer long has been showcasing a lot of really good young talent, and tonight, let's focus on the catching position. And let's start, first of all, for Hickory and Jose Trevino, a guy that's up and coming.
Well, he is up and coming. He's in his second year of professional ball. He was drafted at Oral Roberts. I got to see him play in college. He's a really good player. He's always been really good behind the plate, but we're starting to see him mature as a hitter. He's got power. He can hit the ball in the ballpark. And the other thing he's doing very well is cut down on his strike routes.
Keith, what we've also seen in minor league baseball is guys come from all different walks of life. Arturo Rodriguez, who normally is the catcher for Greensboro, he's DHing tonight. He's a guy that comes out of the Mexican League.
Well, he does. He's been around for quite a while. This is his 6th year of professional ball, but his first year to play ball in the United States. He's got great power. Hits the ball down the line. He can ball out of the ballpark. He's always been good behind the plate. He's a good receiver and a good thrower. And, boy, he's had an outstanding year. You can see his numbers right there and what he's done for this season this year. He's the DH tonight. We won't see him behind the plate.
Keith, you talked about his power. 16 home runs this year for Greensboro. Well, they're getting the field ready, and where's the set? It's the Crawdads and the Grasshoppers, and it's coming up next on ASN. Welcome back to beautiful Newbridge Bank Park in downtown Greensboro as we get set for the Grasshoppers and the Crawdads. Let's check out the starting 9 for Hickory. Carlos Arroyo will lead off and play second base, followed by Jeremy Profar, then Edwin Garcia. Jose Trevino, we talked about him in the open. He's batting cleanup behind the plate. Luke Tendler, who is from nearby Wilmington, North Carolina, he's in right field. Hero Barras is the center fielder. Edward Pinto, he is the left fielder. Jonathan Meyer is the DH, and Chuck Mormon, who is listed as a catcher, is playing first base here tonight. Defensively for Greensboro, Zach Sullivan is in left field. Ryan Aper in center field. John Norwood in right. Shales is the third baseman. Twine at short. Davis at second. Smith at first. And Felix Castillo is behind the plate. He's catching Greensboro pitcher Michael Mader.
And when you look at Michael Mader, he's making his 25th start of the year. You can see his numbers there. The one number that jumps off the page, he has struggled at times with his command. Just too many free passes. He's not a guy that's going to overpower you. He's got to mix pitches, mix speeds, and he's got to throw strike one. So getting ahead in the count and allowing him to use his changeup and his off-speed stuff.
Ronnie Whiting is the guy calling the balls and strikes tonight, and Kyle Wallace is out on the bases. 2 umpires in the South Atlantic League in A baseball. Well, Mader is a guy that is either good or bad. And at home, he's been very, very good, Mader. 6-1 at home with a 1.44 earned run average. On the road, meanwhile, 0-10. So he is a different pitcher here in Newbridge Bank Park.
It's about throwing strikes. He's comfortable. There are guys, Dave, and you've seen it before too, that get real comfortable with the mound and in a ballpark, and because of that, and you know what, we better keep our heads up because there's going to be things flying at us tonight.
You're right. Our position here tonight is gorgeous, but we are just up the third base line. And so we got a good shot with left-handed batters of getting a foul ball right in the midst. Boy, Castillo tried to frame that one. Carlos Arroyo takes ball 1. Arroyo is a non-drafted free agent out of Venezuela, facing Mader, who is ahead in the count 1-2. Foul at the plate, still 1-2.
Got to get that curveball down. Left that in a very hittable location right there. It's been some of the problems. He hadn't been able to put people away.
Fastball down low. Keith, one of the themes for the summer has been beautiful ballparks, and this one certainly joins the list.
Absolutely. Another gorgeous view of downtown Greensboro. It's a hitter's ballpark. A lot of things going on.
change of speed, and out in front, Arroyo, and he hits a high foul ball that goes out of play.
Down in a picnic area that looks like a great place to sit and enjoy a ball game. Behind that, you have jungle gyms and climbing areas for the kids. It's just great. And then on each side, these outdoor cafes and pavilions.
Beautiful scoreboard in right center field, and there is a swing and a miss by Arroyo, and Mater with his first strikeout.
Now that's a much better location right there. It's exactly what we were talking about earlier. He just gets on top of it and gets a good bite to it.
I don't know why, but I all of a sudden am really hungry for some pizza. I have no idea why. Oh, here is Jeremy Profar, another non-drafted free agent from 2012. In fact, the Crawdads have a bunch of them in their starting lineup. They have not one, not two, but 5 non-drafted free agents.
Well, they've tried to replenish their organization. When you look at the Marlins and what they've tried to do, they're trying to stockpile talent.
The Crawdads in
Texas, I'm sorry.
That's okay, but they're doing the same thing.
Yes.
You know, the Rangers are, so they're down there in the Dominican and the leagues down in Latin America as Profar sends one all the way to the warning track where Aper makes the grab.
Well, this is a nice play. We'll get back to the point you were making right there, but this is a nice play. You got to know the field, home field advantage right there as an outfielder. Makes a good first step, turns and goes and gets it. But you're right. When you look at organizations from top to bottom now, it's a world game, and you're seeing organizations try to get more speed in their organization, and they have to go outside the country sometime to find it.
And here's one from Venezuela. So a lot of times you'll see a guy in A ball as a non-drafted free agent that was picked up way back in 2007, but he was probably signed when he was 16 years of age.
No question, maybe even younger than that.
Yeah.
They do really have good organizations and academies within the country, so to speak, maybe in Dominican or other countries in the Caribbean, but you know, they allow them to grow there, get some education, and then their baseball education as well, and then they feel like they're ready to go and can communicate. It's very difficult to come over and speak another language and communicate.
Corey Ragsdale is their manager of the Crawdads.
They won the first half.
Yeah, they did. They're 8 back in the second half, but they did win that first half. And a record overall in the second half of 30-25, although it was the Grasshoppers who won the game last night. Hit hard, but right at Norwood in right field. He shields his eyes from the setting sun and makes the grab. 3 up, 3 down for the Crawdads. And it'll be Greensboro coming to the plate when we come back. You're watching Sunday Night Showcase on ASN. Well, the Crawdads go in order. Let's see what the Grasshoppers do. Let's check out Greensboro's starting 9. Mason Davis leads off and plays second base. Then Justin Twine, Brian Shales, he's the third baseman, batting third. Arturo Rodriguez, he's the DH tonight. Austin Smith at first base. John Norwood in right. Ryan Aper in center. Felix Castillo is behind the plate. And Zach Sullivan bats ninth. He is a left fielder. Defensively for Hickory, Pinto, Barris, and Tendler in the outfield. Profar, Garcia on the left side. Arroyo and Mormon on the right side, and Jose Trevino is behind the plate catching Yohander Mendez, a 6'5" lefty out of Venezuela.
Well, this guy's about as good as you're going to see right here. He's making his 8th start of the year, his 20th appearance. You can see his record. Look at that. Jumps off the page right when you look at it. 58 innings pitched, only allowed 13 walks. A great command. And he's obviously got a put-away pitch. He's got a dynamite, I'd call it a slurve, Dave. It's not really a slider, not really a curve. Two-dimensional curveball. If he gets 2 strikes on you, he can really come after you, left or right.
Rangers like him. He's their number 11 prospect. So Mendez comes in with an ERA of 1.40. The first guy to face him is Mason Davis. Davis, by way of Atlanta, Georgia, picked up in the draft last year in the 19th round. Of course, the Grasshoppers in the Miami Marlins organization. Fly ball, shallow left field. Pinto comes over near the line to make the grab.
Good straight change. Had him out in front, caught it off the end of the bat.
So now Justin Twine.
Got to change speeds as a pitcher, disrupt the rhythm and timing. Strike one so important. Back-to-back first pitch fastball strikes.
Twine, the shortstop, he's hitting just 204. You see a second-round pick, hot shot. Garcia, little sidestep to grab the one hopper, and Twine is out number 2.
That's knowing your position. Garcia knew he had all day to throw this ball. Gives the little ground, makes a nice pickup on it, and then gets rid of it quickly. Doesn't put a lot on the throw, sort of puts an arc in it. Just make sure you got a good throw, knowing you're going to get the out. Didn't panic.
Not at all. So now Brian Shales, a 4th-round draft pick by Miami in 2014. He's a Californian from Huntington Beach. Shales hitting .261 with 4 home runs, 44 runs batted in. Hot shot, second base. Arroyo scoops it up, and down go the Grasshoppers. 1, 2, 3. A quick first inning. We go to the second, still scoreless from Greensboro. We welcome you back to Greensboro and say hi to the folks from UAW Local 3520. Dave Hunter and his crew were kind enough over on the party deck there to treat me to a nice chicken sandwich.
Boy, it looked good.
Oh, it was really good.
Oh, you're an ex-member.
I am. I was a card-carrying member for 3 summers in a row from the Ford River Rouge stamping plant. Well, here are the dimensions here at Newbridge Bank Park. 315 down the left field line, 312 down the right field line, 400 to straightaway center, about 365 in the gaps.
Well, it's a good hitter's ballpark. There's no question about that. But overall, the South Atlantic League for years has been a pretty good pitcher's league.
You see out to left field there. Trevino will lead things off for the Crawdads. And he looks at strike one. Both pitchers very effective in the first inning, getting the respective sides 1, 2, 3. Chopper up the middle. Backhanded by Davis. Oh, wild throw, though. No further advancement by Trevino, and we'll see how they score it.
Well, Davis trying to throw across his body. He had to get it and get rid of it in a hurry. You'll see a look right here. This is one of those things. Your body is carrying you so hard toward third base. He never got his shoulders squared and his head around where he can make that throw. This is going to be a difficult throw. I would call it a base hit.
I would too. If there was advancement by the runner, then you give him a hit and an error.
Hit and an error.
But I would just go straight hit on that, and that's exactly what they have done, is an infield single for Trevino, and he'll be bragging about that. Catchers always brag about infield hits.
There you go again, Dave. You're getting on us guys because we couldn't run very well. I couldn't run out of sight in a week.
Tendler now the batter. Tendler looking down at Ragsdale, his manager, and the third base coach as well, to see if anything's on here. Certainly wouldn't be a straight steal by Trevino at first, but we'll see if this is a good count here, and another pitch too for a hit and run.
Well, you could at this point early in the ball game. I'm more interested right now to force the pitcher to throw some strikes. His MO, when you look at his numbers.
That's a check swing, and it's a dandy right down the third baseline and fair. So it'll be a stand-up double for Tendler, and Trevino checks in at third.
There are times as a hitter, I didn't mean to. Oh, yes, I did. And take 2 bases on it. Just inside the line. Gets down. It's an asymmetrical ballpark. There's all kinds of nooks and crannies here in this ballpark, and that ball sort of stays there.
You never apologize for that, do you? Because there's a lot of times where you hit it right at somebody and you smoke it and it's caught.
It's exactly what happens to you.
So you take that.
You take it.
So now second and third, nobody out, and Jairo Barras is the batter. Barras from the Dominican Republic, a non-drafted free agent from 2012, and a foul out of play. Well, late crowd gathering here at Newbridge Bank Park, and maybe some of them are coming over from the golf tournament.
Absolutely. The Wyndham golf tournament was this week. How about
Congratulations to Davis Love.
Yeah.
51 years old. Davis Love wins today. Good for him. It's the third time he's won that tournament.
At two different locations, too.
Yes. Good for him. Tiger Woods was a factor right on into the weekend, right on in through today, but then a triple bogey derailed his attempt to win the tournament. And now back to baseball. So Barris is the batter, hitting .278. He's got 6 home runs on the year with 36 runs batted in.
Got to get his team on the board. Ground ball to short or second right here. Really, if you can hit a ground ball to second, it does 2 jobs. Drives the run in and gets him over.
Boy, looks like a pretty tight strike zone, and certainly Mater wanted that call. It's 1-2 now to Barris. And a breaking ball that never had a chance.
Yeah, he wasn't committed to that. Sometimes he was trying to go with a breaking ball in on the back foot. He just didn't commit in there. See if he doesn't come back with it again. I would double him up.
Hot shot, and that's through the hole between Shales and Twine. Trevino will walk home, and moving over to third is Tendler. Now the ball gets away. Tendler will score. So a base hit and 1 RBI for Barris. The second run comes home on an error.
A couple of miscues here. This ball hit right on the button, just out of the reach. Throw comes in. This is not a bad throw. It comes in toward the cutoff man. Cutoff man doesn't. Catcher just doesn't get down and get it blocked right there. When you don't get down and get the job done right there, and then the pitcher not in the right spot as well.
It's almost like Castillo wasn't expecting that ball to get by the cutoff man.
That's exactly right.
And you can't assume that, can you?
You cannot. And once he gets by it, you've got to get down. You got your mask and equipment, block it. Keep it in front.
It is an error on the catcher.
That's where it should be.
And now a line shot out to left field. Sullivan with a nice grab. And no further advancement by Barris, who stays at second.
Well, we've seen 2 good outfield plays. Sullivan really does a nice job. Good jump right there. Gets that ball in the corner. Anytime an opposite field hitter, a left-handed hitter hits it to the left field, ball's got some unusual spin going away from you. Got a good jump, stayed with it. Not much breeze here tonight.
That's a beautiful night, isn't it? Temps in the low 80s. So Jonathan Meyer, the batter, serving as the DH tonight. Guy was in the Astros organization last year with Corpus Christi and picked up as a free agent this year. Foul ball out of play. What a beautiful area this is in North Carolina. And you can see the wind you were talking about, Keith. Not much doing there. Some condos out there. In fact, I see some folks gathering out there for, looks like an impromptu party with some free tickets. And they're building some more condos over the right field wall. Hot shot, and that goes under the glove of Twine on into left field. Barris out at the plate. What a throw by Sullivan.
This is just an outstanding job. You make this by attacking. Sullivan does that, comes up, and I mean, he shows a rocket, perfect one-hop throw just in time. Well, that's a big play. That could turn this ball game around right there.
Got him on that back shoulder.
Mater's struggling a little bit to get the ball down, and outfield makes a play.
They rule that a hit for Meyer. One of those too hot to handle, perhaps. And the 4th hit of the inning. Now Mormon, the batter. But you're right. That's the kind of play that can really pick up your team.
Oh, it can. And a pitcher. He's thinking, oh, my. And all of a sudden, hey, he looks up on the board. He's got 2 outs. He's out away from getting out of the frame.
Mormon hitting just a .133 with no homers and 5 runs batted in.
Comes right back with 2 of his best pitches as well.
Another hot shot to short. This time fielded cleanly by Twine, and that'll do it. Mormon is out number 3, but the Crawdads are on the board. 2 runs on 4 hits with an error. 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. Let's go back to the play at the plate. We've already bragged about Zach Sullivan's throw. You talk about catcher technique.
Well, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can see he moves out just a little bit to give the plate. Sometimes that's a good idea as a catcher. Show them where to slide. Know they're going to be in the outside. You know they're not coming back to the inside. That's when the throw is not necessarily right on line. If the throw's on line, you want to take away the sliding zone. But Castillo did a really nice job there. Sullivan on the other side. But I like the fact he showed him the plate. Here's where you got to slide, then came back to him.
Well, Kevin Randall had to like that play. It eliminated 1 run, even though Hickory winds up with a 2-0 lead going to the bottom half of the second inning. Arturo Rodriguez leads off. We showed his power. He has 16 home runs on the year. Followed by Austin Smith, who has 14 home runs, and then John Norwood, who has 13 home runs. So the power portion of the lineup due up for the Grasshoppers here in the second. Way up high. Just to see if he'd chase.
Good changeup right there. Great location. Hard to lay off that pitch from Mendez. That's hard to lay off of as a hitter.
High pop-up, shallow right field. Tendler. 1 out here in the second.
You've heard me talk about all summer about backing pitches up. Comes right back with another good changeup right there. You can see that this is a young man's going places. There's no question in my mind that you're looking at a left-hander that at some point in the next distant future, I mean, not distant, I mean, it's going to be quicker than you think. This young man's got a chance to really go up the ladder. He's got a great frame, really good mound presence. He's got velocity and the capability to mix 3 different pitches.
Looks like he has pretty good poise on the mound.
He does.
Too, you know? He's got the it factor out there. Austin Smith, the batter. Smith with 14 home runs, hitting .228 on the year. Out of Pensacola, Florida. Just there a couple of weeks ago. And this one, a hot shot, first hit of the game for the Grasshoppers. Base hit up the middle.
This is a good piece of hitting right here to go down and break this ball. It was down into the zones. Smith does a nice job. Didn't try to pull it. Back through the box. Playing in his 100th game. And Smith, a lot of times, that first real season, a lot of these guys, this is the first time they've gone 144 game season.
Swing and a miss. Another good change. John Norwood, the batter.
I mean, guys are used to playing ball all the time, but it takes a real toll on your body to start a season back in early April and you're going to fish around the 1st of September. You know, haven't done that before. It really takes its toll. And then the next step to go to the major leagues, you got 162. To go ahead and just add 18 more.
You know, I've heard that said a lot about like college basketball, making the adjustment from college basketball to the NBA. But it's true too in baseball.
Oh, no doubt. You know, yes, there's 16 NFL games too, so that's more. But now we're starting to see with playoffs and college football and everything, you're starting to see those guys play 13 or 14. It's a big adjustment though for high school football players to go to college and add those extra games, and then all of a sudden you look at baseball. That is a real adjustment.
And then a lot of times, a lot of these guys would go play winter ball.
Oh, absolutely they will. Perfect example. One of my years, I played in 138 minor league games, and I went and caught 74 winter ball games.
Ooh.
And then went straight from there to spring training and made a big league ball club. So there was no rest for the weary then.
Hot shot down to Profar to second for one. The relay to first in time. And the Grasshoppers are gone on the double play in the second inning. Good double play turn by Hickory.
Well, really nice job right here. It all sets up at the beginning. Does a nice job finding his target. Good turn to the inside. Easy double play.
Just past 6:30 local time at Newbridge Bank Park. That means it's time for Monica McNutt, the third member of our broadcast crew. Hi, Monica.
Hey, guys. We're in beautiful Greensboro. And, you know, this place is rich in history. They want you to know that up at Tobacco Road with those 3 big-time schools, that's not the only triangle. Greensboro is a part of the Piedmont Triad. That includes Greensboro, Winston-Salem, and High Point. Their nickname is the Gate City, and Greensboro is also known as Tournament Town for the parade of athletic tournaments that often come through.
All right, thanks, Monica. It's called the Gate City because back in the day, trains would run through here, and now you have all the highways that run through here. You want to get from the East Coast, you want to get from north to south?
It's going to lead somewhere through Greensboro.
Somewhere through this area. Back to the top of the order for the Crawdads here in the third. Arroyo will lead things off. He struck out his first time up. He'll be followed by Profar and then Garcia. 2-0 in favor of Hickory as we go to the third. Another foul ball out of play.
Well, big inning. Need to throw a 0 up here. Your Mater, you got to come out and establish yourself again. He's gotten ahead here 0-2. Make pitches, and get back into the dugout, let your offense start to go to work.
Down in the dirt, Arroyo waves at it. Throw down to first to complete the strikeout, and Arroyo has struck out twice in this game.
Well, that's a real nice job by Castillo. Bouncing out, getting the ball blocked to start with, and we're talking about catching tonight a lot, and he does a good job of once he gets it blocked, watch him get his body down and get it blocked, and then watch him come out, follows it all the way out, and gets good separation. That gets him a throwing lane to first base, makes it a much easier play.
You mean by separation, you mean separation from the plate so he can get that good angle. He doesn't have to worry about hitting the runner in the back.
That's exactly right. Go ahead and separate. Don't put it in the umpire's hands. Separate, get a good throwing angle. You can deliver the baseball.
What a catch by Davis. Wow.
This is laid out. Just lay out. This ball's hit like a rocket. One step, crossover, dive. That's a great play. Pitchers go, thank you very much right there. See the second look. He just had one step. Knew he had to leap right then, able to make the play.
Foul into the bullpen of the Crawdads. Strike one to Garcia. And going back to that play by the catcher Castillo, I think one of the first things I saw him do there too, he did a good job of blocking the plate, but he also had a nice motion with his glove to remind his pitcher Mater to keep the ball down.
Well, you're absolutely right. Your target, it doesn't have to maintain throughout the entire pitch, but you want to make sure you got a low target and a good idea, and then rotate that thumb up when you get yourself in position where you can have that good 4 corners, the ability to get to all 4 corners of the plate.
Framing pitches, that's another science to catchers these days.
Well, a guy that's good at it, especially on the pitch, on the inside corner, if they can get wrapped around it. What I mean by that thumb up and the glove pointed up where they sort of bringing it back to the strike zone, get that good frame on that inside corner pitch, that's big to the right-handed hitter.
There's a hot shot, base hit by Garcia up into right field. Is that something new, the framing of pitch? I mean, not new, but I mean, did it go back into the 70s and 80s even then?
It goes back, really. See this pitch right here. You can see him try to frame, try to get it up there. That ball gets, he's trying to get that ball in. The ball slides back out over the plate, gets a base hit. It actually started with the hinge mitt, and that would be probably in the 60s.
Okay.
But before that, really tough with the old donut mitt to frame anything.
Yeah, you were just worried about catching it.
Yes. But when the hinge came in, probably the late 60s. It would be 67, 68. Since then, everybody, all these young men that are working on their position are all working on trying to be a better framer of pitches.
Trevino, the batter, you saw the runner Garcia taking a step back towards first.
You don't want to pull it back to the zone either. You just want to make it look like it's a strike to the guy behind you. You don't want to try to bring it in, try to fool anybody. You just want to get that umpire a really good view of it.
Swing and a miss by Trevino over the top of that one, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Trevino with a base hit his first time up, and he scored the Crawdads' first run. A line shot right at Smith, and he's got it for out number 3. So we go to the bottom of the third, where we'll visit with Tim Brunswick from minor league baseball. That's coming up next from Greensboro. Oh, we welcome you back to Greensboro, where it's 2-0 in favor of the Crawdads. The Grasshoppers coming to the plate here in the bottom half of the third. Tim Brunswick joining us now from minor league baseball. Tim, good to visit with you. And I just on behalf of all of us at American Sports Network, thanks for a great summer. We've had a wonderful time.
Well, David, believe me, it's been our pleasure. Thank you, and thank ASN. 11 leagues featured.
Wow.
Outstanding. 2 all-star games. We can't thank you enough, bringing exposure to minor league baseball nationwide, so thank you.
I think one of the things, and we'll talk about all the different things, aspects that Keith and I have seen over the summer, but I think the one thing that's really stuck out for me is the unbelievably great facilities throughout minor league baseball.
I tell you, in 1990, during negotiations with MLB, facility standards came into play. And it was a real heated time back in 1990, but that was the best thing that's ever happened in minor league baseball. Our facilities had to meet certain standards.
Yeah, well, and they have, and, you know, including here in Greensboro. We were in Columbus, Ohio last week, and man, what a beautiful facility that is. I think it was one of the best ballparks, not just minor league ballparks, but ballparks, period, in baseball.
Oh, that's great to hear. That's great to hear.
Yeah, we just had a wonderful time. Keith?
Oh, absolutely. And the other part that goes with that, as an ex-player, it gives me an opportunity to hone my craft so much better. If I'm in a facility that has the ability to have weight rooms, to have hitting facilities, and the things that I need to do to perfect my craft and make the steps up to, you know, live a dream to be a big leaguer, much different now than when it was when I played, for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, you walk down here in Greensboro, the cages down here for these guys and the facilities, I mean, it's just maybe a little bit bigger in the big leagues, but it's the same thing every level they go. A-ball, AA, AAA, it's the same thing, just a little bit bigger when they get to Miami.
Tim Brunswick, our guest, Executive Vice President with minor league baseball. And Tim, I know you're involved a lot in Latin America as well, and have been. And, you know, we were looking at, you know, this Hickory lineup, and they have a lot of minor league free agents or overall free agents from the Dominican, from Venezuela, from all different parts of Latin America.
Well, you know, it's Dominican Summer League. Regular season ended yesterday. The Rangers are in the playoffs again down there. They won the championship last year down in the Dominican, so they do a great job, Texas Rangers down in Dominican.
Tim, what's the involvement of minor league baseball in Latin America?
For the Dominican Summer League and Venezuela Summer League, we oversee those leagues.
Okay.
We have people on the ground that serve as league presidents, administrators to coordinate the day-to-day operations, but we coordinate both of those leagues from our office in St. Pete.
I think the other thing that we have seen is, you know, the talent is just tremendous. We've talked about facilities. We've talked about, you know, the challenges of these guys, but we're also seeing, I mean, there's not a huge drop-off from what we see, even as low down as A-ball to the major leagues. There's not a huge discrepancy between the way these guys play the game and the way we see it in the major leagues.
It's very fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a break. Sometimes you need someone to go down at the big leagues. You know, if you were shortstop in the Yankee system for the last 15 years, it wasn't a place to be.
Right. Well, you look at what we have done this summer with this minor league showcase. You know, for us, it's been a great thrill and a great opportunity for us to literally showcase young talent and ballparks and all the things that we've been able to do. And it's been an eye-opener for Keith and I.
Oh, no doubt.
We've both had major league experience and have been around major league parks and all of that. But to come down to this minor leagues and see the enthusiasm, see the quality of the staffs, you know, everywhere we've gone, that from the general managers on down, we can't thank everybody enough for what they've done. Well, thank you again for your involvement.
That was a quick. It's always a quick inning.
You want to stick around?
You want to stick around?
Whatever you
You stick around.
Stick around.
Stick around, Tim. We're not done with you yet.
All right, good.
All right. This place is
Here's the dog.
Going to the Dogs. Well, it's 2-0 anyway. Now, this is Yogi the dog out between innings. Some of the things that they do in minor league parks to entertain fans in between innings, and Yogi showed great range going all the way out to right center field.
Absolutely. Got it all the way back. And Tim, one of the questions, I'm glad you stuck around, is you guys have such a relationship with so many different individual owners. I mean, a lot of people don't understand these clubs most of them are not owned by the major league franchise. Some are, but most of them it's an independent right in town, and they're trying to make a go of it in their hometown.
Well, and that's what's great about minor league baseball. We have several owners that own multiple clubs, but I mean, this is the big league team for Greensboro.
Yes.
Community embraces it. They just do a great job in all of our communities across the country.
Well, they certainly do, and you know, we'll visit a little bit from now with Donald Moore, who is the president of this team, and talk to him about this beautiful ballpark that's now 10 years old, believe it or not. It looks brand new.
It's hard to believe.
It is. It's 10 years old, and it does look brand new. We'll talk to him about this facility and the impact that this team has in this Greensboro area. It's really tremendous. Well, you know, one of the things that we don't talk about very often, but we should, are records that are broken in minor leagues, and this year was a big one.
This was a special year. I don't think we're going to see this broken. Mike Hessman, Toledo Mud Hens, 19th season in the minor leagues, broke the all-time home run record for minor league. He hit his 433rd to break that record this year, and it was that's one of those records that I don't think we're going to see broke.
433 minor league home runs.
Yes.
Yeah, good. He's the.
Can you say Crash Davis?
Yeah.
Believe me, they were saying Crash Davis a lot in Toledo this year.
Yeah. Well, good for him, though. I mean, you know, that's an accomplishment. It's a great accomplishment for him. So congratulations to him.
And you were talking about the communities and Mike Hessman, but we're on record, we're on pace this year to break 42 million fans again. Only the fourth time. We did it last year, and we're on pace. Hopefully with some good weather the last 12, 14 days of the season, we'll get there again.
And that's the thing, too, that we have noticed. Great facilities, great players, but also a truly great family experience. I mean, this is about as good a family deal as you can have for entertaining your family at a very low cost.
Yeah. We do a fan car survey, Dave, every year. We get it out about a month into the season. And for a family of four to come to a ball game with seats, we're right at $58, I believe, if I remember right. And that's for, you know, drinks for all four, food for all four, and seats. And it's every time I go to a ballpark, I see the kids out there running there trying to chase the foul ball, and the father out there holding his little daughter. Blanket out there on the lawn. It's really nice to see that.
And in minor league parks, for the most part, there's not a bad seat anywhere.
No.
I mean, you're not getting behind a post somewhere. I mean, they're great seats everywhere you go.
And the local fan gets very much involved with the team.
Yeah.
I mean, they know the players, they know their faces, they know them in town, and have great relationships out in town.
And a home run. Barris, he is really hurting the Grasshoppers here tonight. That's his second RBI and a solo homer to make it 3-0.
Well, he's a big, strong young man, 6'6", 190 pounds, and you can see the bat speed right there. He put a charge in this one. This got out of here in a hurry. I mean, this is one of those where he knew he got good connection on it, good extension. This ball did not take long to get out of here.
You know, it's interesting there is you have a souvenir for a young fan, but what's interesting is that's a pitch down and in that usually left-handed batters love. not right-handed batters. And he went down and got it.
Yes, he did. He put a really nice stroke on it.
And there's one to deep right field. And right at the wall, the catch made by Norwood.
Now, you guys are also involved and you try to bring these guys together and have meetings. Y'all have a winter meetings for y'all, too, that the minor league owners come to and are very much involved, that y'all put on new ideas and have things going on, too. So that's another thing that goes on in the offseason as well.
Oh, absolutely. The baseball winter meetings, actually, we joint effort with MLB, but we actually put that on. We have a trade show with 300 exhibitors. We'll have all the leagues will meet there. All the owners will be there, general managers. We have seminars. It's outstanding. I mean, it's a 4 or 5 day event. This year we're going to be in Nashville, Tennessee, the 1st of December.
Tim, before you go, I want to show you something.
Okay.
This is a replay of the home run. And I don't want to show you the home run necessarily. What I want to show you is the catch that's made beyond the wall. And then watch this kid. Look how excited he is.
Look at that.
I mean, that says it all, right?
That
Minor
does.
league baseball.
That
That's
does.
it. Right there. That kid now is a baseball fan for life.
Yep.
Now there's a grounder to first. Again, Tim, thanks for your time. Thanks for your involvement.
Again, thanks for American Sports Network. Outstanding.
Our pleasure.
Thanks, Tim.
Trust me
Thank you.
when I tell you that. Our pleasure. Tim Brunswick from minor league baseball. We're coming back to Greensboro, where it's now 3-0 in favor of the Crawdads. Well, we welcome you back to Greensboro in this beautiful ballpark, Newbridge Bank Park, where we are now joined by the president of this team, Donald Moore. And Donald, we want to thank you for your invite. Thanks for having us here in Greensboro. We're just having a terrific time.
Well, thank you. Thank you all for coming. It's a beautiful day and another exciting Sunday minor league baseball here in Greensboro.
Well, it's an exciting day for Greensboro overall, with Tiger Woods in town and then Davis Love winning that golf tournament, and now we have a good night for baseball.
Yeah, how about that? Just really about 6 miles from here is Sedgefield Country Club, and I know the community was thrilled to see Tiger come to town, and he had a great week. But yeah, Davis Love winning at 51 in 4 months. That's a pretty good story.
Donald, talk to us about the fact, can't believe after seeing this, that this is 10 years old.
Well, actually, yeah, this is our 11th year, Keith, and it's, you know, we own, the team actually owns this stadium. It was built with private money and something we take a lot of pride in and do our best to try to keep it up.
Well, it just looks fantastic.
It's a perfect venue, because we always love the downtown ballparks, you know, to just have this great feeling and atmosphere to them built in. And then you come here and about 7,500 seats or so, and there's not a bad seat in the house, and you could just see these kids out here with their families having just a terrific time. You've really created a great atmosphere.
Yeah, well, thank you. And it's a labor of love. I got a great staff. We work hard, and 70 nights a year we try to put on a show and realize that every night is, you know, somebody's first time here, and want to do our best to make sure they have a good time.
There's a high fly ball to deep left center field, and this one's gone. You showed up at the right time.
How about that?
Mason Davis, a home run.
Well, it had that good sound when it left the bat right there, Donald. You knew that this ballpark, the other thing I loved about the ballpark is it's the renovation in the whole area. You can tell that people are really adapting here, and they're starting to be very much involved. You said this first mistake, this ball was up, middle of the plate. Davis with great extension right here. Drives it out of the ballpark. But talk to us, there's a lot of things going on outside the ballpark right now as well.
Yes, there is, Keith. Actually, right across from us, we're looking at about a $60 million project. It's going to be 300 apartments and a hotel on the corner. And just right outside of left center there, we've just had some apartments built and opened this summer. So collectively, there's been about over $100 million worth of things going on right here that we can see just, you know, where we are.
What, you're going to get to charge any fees for the people that sit out on their balconies?
That would be fun. They're actually, it's going to be, I believe, a 6-story building, 5 or 6 stories with a rooftop swimming pool looking right in. And
you can see them out there having a good time watching the ball game tonight.
yeah, how about that?
Yeah, good for them, you know, enjoying the time out there on a beautiful Sunday evening here in Greensboro. Talk about the effect that this team, Donald, has on this community.
Well, every year we participate with over 200 local charities of some kind, and either through cash or in-kind donations. And, you know, we feel that, you know, we are a big part of this community. We want to be, and we want to help others since we've been here, we've given over $1 million to charity, something we're very proud of. And, you know, we feel like that's our role, to be a good corporate citizen and help others.
I know these players are busy. I mean, these guys they're the ones that they want to make it to the big leagues one day, but they also get involved in the community, and I think that just speaks volumes to the leadership that you have here with the Grasshoppers.
Well, thank you. And they do get involved. Yeah, you know, it's amazing. And unless you're in the sport, you don't realize you're talking about playing 140 games over about a 150-day period.
Yeah.
There's not many days off. Tomorrow is actually a day off for our guys. And but they do. They get out and visit schools. They go to, you know, other places, fundraisers, et cetera, and try to, you know, show that the Grasshoppers, you know, care about this community, and you know, we want to do good things for others.
You've been in this Triad area for a long time. For those fans who are watching from around the country, what makes this place so special?
Well, it's a neat area. We've got 3 cities here that form the Piedmont Triad. Beautiful climate, you know, 4 seasons, nice rolling topography, a lot of green. And it's a nice place to live, nice place to raise children and call home. And, our economy is coming back. You know, for years this was primarily a textile, tobacco, furniture type area, but and we lost a lot of that back in the early 2000s all the way through, you know, up until the last couple of years. And so things are coming back. This area is sort of becoming a transportation center, and you know, things are looking up. And you know, but North Carolina is a wonderful state and a wonderful place to be.
Yeah, if they want to come to this ballpark, what's y'all's specialty in your concession stand?
Our specialty, well, we got quite a few. We actually got some pretty good burgers. We've got a great Mexican stand right over there.
Okay.
You can't come to North Carolina and not have barbecue.
Pulled pork somewhere.
Exactly. But yeah, really, this year we rebranded our food and beverage service, and our sales this year have been great. Very, very happy with that. And, but yeah, the food's inexpensive. You know, our ticket prices. You know, our ticket prices are from $7 to $11. The most expensive ticket we have is $11. So
how about that?
We've tried to make this all about, you know, fun and affordable family entertainment, which is what minor league baseball should be.
And what Keith really meant to say was, what kind of food can you bring up to the booth? Because, you know, we get hungry up here from time to time.
That was not it, but I knew there was some pulled pork here. I can tell you.
Oh,
I
man.
do love North Carolina pulled pork.
I got here about 2:30, and I could already smell the hamburgers.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it was like, oh, I've been craving these hamburgers all day long. But terrific facility, and you and your staff, we can't thank you enough. There's a lot that goes on in putting a televised game on the air, and your staff couldn't have helped our crew any more in making this possible, and you've given us a tremendous vantage point here on this balcony.
Well, it is a neat spot. You know, we're, you know, in low A baseball, I mean, we've got a nice press box, but not one that, you know, at the time when we were designing and building the stadium, that we really, you know, figured we'd have a whole lot of television. So, but over the years, we've had several college baseball tournaments here that have been televised. And, you know, again, I've got a great staff and folks that have been with me. I've got 6 people been with me over 10 years. So, you know, they know what to do. They're pros. They get out and get after it. And, but I'm glad to hear that.
But but you know what you're doing, too.
Well, all I know is I learned a long time ago, if you want to be successful, you just surround yourself with good people and give them the resources they need and get out of their way. And that's been a pretty good formula for success here.
Well, it works at all levels, too.
It certainly does. Well, your team's starting to mount a little bit of a comeback here with a home run, and this is where we are, our vantage point. We are just down the third baseline, which is a little bit unusual, but it's a really cool vantage point for us. And we're sitting up here in a balcony. And so you're telling me that if we were sitting in this suite, it wouldn't cost us more than $11?
Well, our upstairs in the suite, it would. Our suite tickets are a little higher than that, but anywhere in the seating bowl, general admission tickets are $7. Right behind home plate, the best seat in the house, down in the concourse levels, is an $11 ticket. And up here, this suite that we're in is actually one that we rent. And just so happened we held it off for you guys tonight. So
I know that this hasn't been a good year for your team on the field, but it's always a good year in Greensboro, and the fans still come out and they still enjoy minor league baseball.
They do, you know, and it's, I mean, the good news for us is last year we had a great team. We won both halves, got in the playoffs, and our attendance numbers this year are virtually on par exactly with what they were last year. So it's not as much as, you know, about winning and losing. It's about fun and affordable experience. And of course, we have no control on our side of the business over, you know, what's going on the field, which is probably a good thing. But yeah, our guys they're very young. We've got a lot of kids, first year of full season baseball. they've struggled, and but I think next year we'll probably see a lot of them again, and I think we'll be better.
We were just making that point earlier that a lot of these guys, this is the first time they've gone 100 ball games in a year, and that is, as an ex-player, I can tell you that first time it's like hitting a wall, and you have to push through that wall, and it's hard to do. And the other thing is, I noticed that your guys that are working for you, the guys that are out in the deal, they haven't hit that wall. They're just marching right through it. We're doing a great job all day today.
Well, good. Well, thank you.
Yeah, Donald, thanks again for your invite. It's been a pleasure to be here in the Greensboro area and at your beautiful ballpark. And we always want to invite all the fans that, you want to make some tours of some minor league parks. Well, you can't do much better than right here in Greensboro. Thanks a lot.
Well, thank you.
Well, there's another base hit and throw to the plate. Not in time.
Little two-out rally. Starting to see the big left-hander get some balls elevated. Got to get a good jump. High bounce, gets into the outfield. Attacks come up. This is a strong throw to the plate. A little bit offline. Comes back, gets that left foot in ahead of the tag. And a chance too, he gets that, watch his left foot get right to the base right before he gets tagged. Right back in the ball game.
Al Shales with an outstanding tag. Once he saw, Keith, that throw go wide of home plate, he went back inside. He was coming from the outside, and he saw that the throw was up the line, and he made a nice slide to elude the tag, and now we got a one-run ball game. Well, you got to stick around here, Don, a little bit. I mean, you're bringing your team some luck here.
Yeah, how about that?
There wasn't much going on until here we were in the fourth inning. Your team made a nice comeback in last night's game as well, and that's what you like is, even though it's been a disappointing season on the field, these guys are still fighting hard, and this one will tie it up. Base hit by Aper, trying to make it a double, and he's safe. The tag was not applied by Arroyo.
Dave, I don't know if Arroyo knew that the runner was coming. Just great hustle here, leaving home plate, thinking about the ball's in left center, and he was given ground to make the tag. This is a nice job of swinging, coming up with the base hit, but that's hustle right there. Watch him leave home plate. He's thinking right off the bat, ties the game right here. Throw comes in. It's one of those situations, the second baseman, I'm sure that he didn't know that was happening. He did not apply a tag.
Yeah, he didn't even know that Aper was coming in.
Sometimes you got to peek behind you as a second baseman right there. You got to peek and just see if that guy's coming as that throw's coming in. I guarantee he takes that throw in a different fashion if he knows the runner's coming.
Right. Is that his responsibility, or should one of his teammates alert him?
That's his responsibility. Yeah. The shortstop's got to be doing other things. First baseman's involved on the other side of the situation. That's your job. You can take a peek. It only takes a millisecond to turn and take a peek, see if the guy's coming.
Well, let's look at the play at second base one more time.
Never turns. Right here, he never has any idea that the guy's coming, and then all of a sudden he feels him on top of him, but has no idea. That's great hustle, though, to get yourself into scoring position after the base hit.
You're right, Keith. Good observation. Arroyo was looking at third, actually.
Yeah, he had no idea he was coming.
So now runners at second and third in a tie ball game, and this one popped up into shallow center field. On comes the center fielder, Barris, to make the grab, and that'll do it. Donald, again, thank you so much.
Thank you
for inviting us here. It's
Donald,
been a pleasure to be in Greensboro.
Absolutely.
With you.
We're happy to have you. Enjoy the rest of the game, and maybe you can bring us a W here.
Sounds good. We're all tied up. Brand new ball game in Greensboro. Hey fans, if you're ready for your team your way, check out the all-new AmericanSportsNet.com. Great storytelling, features on players and teams from across the minor leagues, including a great article on former Reds hero Luis Quiñones, who is now the hitting coach here with Greensboro. And you look at Quiñones, got to be real happy about that rally in the fourth inning. 3 runs for the Grasshoppers in that fourth, and in that article,
second time around.
Yeah, that's second time around. And in that article, you'll read about how Quiñones, when he was playing with the Reds, he was a guy who was really a utility player for them. And he came through with a huge hit. Lou Piniella was his manager, and he pinch hit for Paul O'Neill and wound up with a game-winning hit in the playoffs against the Pirates.
Yeah, that led to an opportunity to go to the World Series.
That's right. He says, I still remember it.
Oh, absolutely.
Those are ones you don't forget. Well, Smith makes a nice play and a good cover by Mater in a brand new ball game as we are in the 5th inning. Mormon out number 1.
Well, Mater he's just withstood. He's given up 3 runs, 6 hits. His defense didn't help him early in the ball game,
right,
but he stayed in the game. He's just kept pushing, kept grinding. And that's what you got to do sometimes as a pitcher. And that's what you learn as a starting pitcher. It's a marathon, so to speak. It's not a sprint when you're going out. You're going to get your chance to throw 100 pitches, and I got to keep my team in the game.
Here's Arroyo. Hasn't figured him out yet. 2 strikeouts for Arroyo tonight. I want to get back to what we were talking about earlier, too, Keith. And, by the way, terrific visiting with both Tim Brunswick and Donald Moore tonight. But I want to talk about catching. It's one of the things that I think gets overlooked a lot because these guys just do such a solid job behind the plate. But I want you to take us through, because you being a former catcher yourself, I want you to take us through the whole thing. I mean, from calling the game to, getting down in your position to putting your sign down to figuring out what you're going to throw next, all these things, all the intricacies that go into being a catcher.
Well, I think first, let's just start with the mental aspect. You have to be on the same page with your pitcher. You have to go through your pregame scouting reports, how we're going to attack this hitter, what we want to do, because you don't want your pitcher out there sitting out shaking you, and disrupting the timing of the game. And then the other part of that is you've got to know when you get out there after the bullpen and everything, this pitcher may want to pitch this guy this way, but he may not have the stuff that he thinks he's got, and you might have to lead him in a little bit different direction. That's when you say to him, hey, look, don't have a good breaking ball tonight, so let's go with the fastball and the change, and let's do a little bit different. So that middle aspect is so important. You control everything. You're the quarterback of the baseball team. Nothing happens to you. You squat down and put down signs, and you can see right here, he's looking to see who's on deck. He's looking back to say, all right, we walked that guy. What are we going to do here? What's my game plan? Is there a chance for a hit and run here, direct steal? And let's go with the first pitch, and it will set up my next pitch. All right, we got a fastball by.
All right.
Now, as a catcher, I'm thinking, my guy's best pitch is a breaking ball. So as a catcher, and we're ahead, I don't think they're going to hit and run here, so I'm going to go to the breaking ball right here. In my mind, I would think that's what he'll come back with. Pitcher didn't like it. Now they'll change, and it resets the tone when the pitcher steps off. They're going to go back to the fastball, double up inside.
So he showed 3 signs there. He started with 4 fingers.
He went with the changeup where he originally called.
And that was
shook off, and he went fastball away. He said no, fastball in.
That quick. I mean, it was that quick. Now let's watch it again.
There he goes in. He's going to the slider.
And he says, okay.
He said, I agree with that. I'm going to bounce this.
Outside.
Now there's a chance to the runner to come back in if he can run, and he's got some stolen bases. So now in my mind, I'm thinking, all right, let's try to get a strike him out, throw him out if he runs. What can I get by him right here to see what's going on? He comes back. That looks like a changeup to me.
That was the changeup, and reaching out to get it, and Aper comes in to make a nice catch at the knees.
That's a second nice catch. We've seen him go back early in the ballgame, made a really nice job of going right back to the 400-foot sign, and then that's good anticipation right here. You see him running through the play, didn't have to leave his feet, comes up with the catch, looks to throw, and then realizes not going to get a chance to double up. Just make sure you don't make a mistake.
Profar has to wonder, what do I have to do to get a hit around here? Remember the last time he was up, he was robbed of a hit by Davis on a diving backhanded grab at second. So let's go back to the catcher, Castillo, and how he is going to attack now Edwin Garcia, who singled his last time up.
And now he's down in the count. You're not as worried now with 2 outs about the guy running from first base trying to get into scoring position. Now you're trying to call pitches because the guy you want's at the plate, even though he was running right there. But that's one of the things that you're conscious all the time if there is a runner, but then when there's 2 outs, there's a guy at the plate's the most important guy of the inning. If you get him out, the inning's over.
Right. No matter what the guy does at first.
That's exactly. Watch his setup here. He tries to get him to shake. That's a sign. He shook his head to get the pitcher to shake, and he comes back with a different pitch. Just great mechanics right there, folks. Can't be done any better.
Take us to break with that. That was terrific.
He just comes out. He gets a change-up. And you see the jump. It was not an outstanding jump. The left-hander defends him, and then just comes up. Castillo, a perfect throw, out by 15 feet.
Minor League Baseball Sunday Showcase on the American Sports Network is brought to you by CoCareers.com. Back at Newbridge Bank Park, and let's watch the mechanics of catcher Felix Castillo on this great throw.
Change up, gets on top of the throw, comes out, great footwork. I mean, that's taking a guy down by 15 feet. Did not get a good jump, but didn't rush. Stayed within himself. Even though you see that guy doesn't get a good jump, still got to work on the proper mechanics.
There's a shot down the line by Sullivan. This will be extra bases. A lead double by Zach Sullivan. What's happened with Mendez? Because he was sailing along through the first three.
Elevated early, and then guys are really making a nice job, a nice adjustment. As a club, that second time through, they've adjusted to what he's trying to do. He hasn't changed his pattern. He's used a lot of first pitch breaking balls. He's got to change his pattern. He needs to go back to what he was doing early in the game, and that was establishing his fastball.
Now here's Mason Davis. His home run to lead off the fourth really rocked him. There's a bunt. A sacrifice here as the play made by Mormon, the first baseman, but that allows Sullivan to go to third.
Well, Davis, give yourself up. He lead off double with his speed, Davis's speed. He just got this too close to the line. If he gets this just off the line, all he's got to do is outrun the pitcher to first base. But in that scenario, it's just too close to the line. Now the infield will come up here in the fifth inning. That's interesting to me that this early in the ball game that Hickory has brought their infield up.
Anxious swing by Twine on a pitch out of the strike zone. Twine 0 for 3 in the game.
When you're not seeing it well, and overall it's been a struggle for Justin, sometimes you start to get too anxious and start going to pitches outside the zone.
And a hot shot wide of the bag on a curveball. So now Twine down on the count, 0-2.
Climb the ladder. High fastball right here. 2 breaking balls. He's pulled foul. I climb the ladder and try to go for the strikeout. There's certain points in the game that you need strikeout. He needs one right here.
3 strikeouts today for Mendez. Looking inside. Well, he tried to climb that ladder. Didn't get it quite high enough.
And had a good swing.
Now, this was earlier in the year, and this was a big home run earlier in the year by Twine. There's a chopper off the plate. This will get the run home. They only play first base. So Twine with an RBI. Sullivan, they cash in the lead double.
Well, on contact play, Sullivan's got outstanding speed. I mean, outstanding speed. And he was on contact, so he's cheating down the line. As soon as Twine made contact, he was taken off of the plate. Nothing that you can do as an infielder, even with the infield up, when a ball's hit a high chopper like that. Good anticipation. And how about the Grasshoppers all the way back, trailing 3-0 to grab the lead.
4 unanswered runs by the Grasshoppers. 3 of them in the fourth and another one here in the fifth. And in each case, it's that lead guy that set the table. Lead home run by Davis in the fourth and a lead double by Sullivan here in the fifth. Let's go back to the catcher Trevino now. Let's see how he can work to settle down Mendez. You see a lot of different signs there. And that gives you the indication that Mendez is not really comfortable on the mound right now. And down goes Shales. So right now it's a work in progress for Trevino and Mendez. Well, we go now to the 6th inning of play, and don't look now, but it's the Greensboro Grasshoppers who have the lead. They have run downhill all the way from a 3-0 deficit into a 4-3 lead. Some of the fans still enjoying the left field grass.
Big inning for Michael Mader,
yes.
The left-hander on the mound. He stayed in there. He's hung in the game. Was struggling early in the ball game, and now his offense has come back, giving him the lead for the first time here. We'll see if he can go out and throw a 0 up here. You might see the Grasshoppers go to the bullpen in the 7th. If they get 6 good innings out of their left-hander right here, they need a good one right here from him, though.
I did pretty well the last inning, and got some help from his defense as well. Got a nice catch from center fielder Ryan Aper, and a really good throw by Castillo, the catcher, to nail Arroyo at second base. So Garcia, who was at the plate when Arroyo was caught stealing, he'll lead things off here in the 6th inning. Little tapper up the middle. Good hop for Twine. Came right up to him.
Boy, you love that as an infielder, and the way you get those good hops is good footwork. Justin does a nice job. He reads the ball right off the bat, understands where he's going to get that good hop going to his left, make sure he gets his feet in good position to throw when he gets there. Great fielders in the infield. Yes, they have soft hands, but they got outstanding feet, and their footwork is marvelous.
Trevino looks at ball 1. He's 1 for 2 in the game today. Hot shot right field. Back goes Norwood. Just in front of the warning track. 2 gone.
Boy, that's a real nice job. I like what Trevino does with his stride. Really short stride. Just gets his foot off the ground, gets his weight back. Very balanced swing. This ball up and away from him. And he put a charge into it. Just didn't get enough air under it. He hit that too much on the line.
Well, you talked about Mader trying to get through this 6th inning. He's doing it in fine fashion so far. 2 outs on 3 pitches. Tendler, the batter, looks at strike 1.
Oh, it looks so much. It's amazing what runs do to a pitcher. Sort of had slumped shoulders early in the game. Now he's attacking the zone.
And this one hit down the line, but it is hooking foul off the top of one of those umbrellas out there.
These things are really solid at bats tonight. I know it's getting late in the season. Pitchers may not have quite that zip that they had early in the year, but across the board from both of these clubs, we've seen some really good approaches at home plate and some really good swings.
.25 starts for Michael Mader this year, and like I said, he has been a different pitcher. All right, what was that all about by Castillo?
Trying to get him to shake his head. Again, is a catcher. The hitter's looking out for the sign, and he's got an idea of what pitch is coming. And the catcher, if he wants to shake his head to get the pitcher to shake his head, even though they're going to throw the pitch, they're trying to coax the hitter into thinking they're not going to throw it. He's going to throw curveball. We're going to throw curveball, but we don't want you to think we're going to throw curveball.
Interesting. So that's another game within the game.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, there's the curveball. I don't know if he thought it was coming or not, but Tendler goes down on strikes for the 2nd time. And a 1-2-3 inning for Mader, and a tip of the cap to Felix Castillo as catcher. Good job. Welcome back to Newbridge Bank Park, where Keith Moreland is trying desperately to get some sauce on his chin.
Oh, that's absolutely pull pork.
Let's go down to Monica McNutt.
Hey guys, President Donald Moore alluded to some of this. I know Keith and Dave, you were talking about it, but this is that delicious North Carolina barbecue from Hickory Barbecue over in the concourse. Got some barbecue, some baked beans, some coleslaw, and I think this is the first time that I got the hot plate of food and not you guys, so I'm loving it.
Monica!
Man, Monica, where's the love? Come on, bring that upstairs. Oh, it's time for us to get some of that, huh?
That looked good, didn't it?
It did look good.
Oh, I love pulled pork. Vinegar-based barbecue, North Carolina. It's about as good as it'll get.
You like that?
I do.
See,
I'm a Texan, and we have good
you guys
brisket,
like
but
I like the molasses flavored sauce, but I can live with the vinegar. All
Got
right,
a new chunker on the mound.
Yeah, we do. It's a guy by the name of Shane McCain.
Well, you look at Shane, making, after getting called up, he's been out of the bullpen, 18th appearance, 1 start, got good numbers, really does attack the strike zone. Command has been at times his problem. He's got a good fastball, 2-pitch pitcher right now. That right there, some giddy up on his heater, and a good hard slider.
You see his numbers on the year. McCain picked up as a free agent. And they go from one lefty to another, despite the fact that the Grasshoppers have 9 right-handed bats in their lineup, including the switch hitter Mason Davis.
One of the things you do see at this level, and Dave, you know this, you've covered it a long time, you have guys that are, you know, if you throw tonight in the minor leagues, they're going to protect your arm. You're not throwing the next night.
Right.
So, you know, they get into patterns. Now, you get into the playoff times, the parent club, quite honestly, will come back to you and say, all right, now play to win the game. You know, don't worry. You know, if you want to do some matchups, do some matchups. But right now, they probably have 3 guys that they've designated to come out of the pen to pitch tonight, unless it goes 16, 18 innings. And you'll pick the order you want to use as a manager.
Is Barris the tallest center fielder you've seen in a while?
You don't see many 6'6", 190-pound center fielders, I will tell you that. But he can move.
He can really move. I'm impressed with him. Jairo Barris. And plus a couple of RBI hits in the game tonight. I don't know, for whatever reason, you see the guys that are tall on the corners. You know, as first base, left field, right field, or pitching. It's rare to see a 6'6" center fielder.
I can think of very few. Gary Maddox, Philly, was a tall guy, but I think he was about 6'4", but he could really go.
I was trying to think of anybody I can remember.
Drew Stubbs, about 6'4", could really go in center.
Austin Smith, the batter. He's 2 for 2 in the game. Scored a run in that 3-run 4th inning. Really turned things around. It was 3-0 at the time. That tied the game, and then the Grasshoppers took the lead in the 5th. And you look at Austin Smith, 33rd round pick last year.
You know, started out his career in the Gulf Coast League, and then you come back, and this is that first full year out there as an everyday player.
Long throw for Profar. And a nice scoop by Mormon. Good play.
Profar understanding that, hey, that throw from 140 feet, you see the smile. He knew he was going to use this. This is on purpose. He did not short hop this. He used the fact that he was throwing it into the ground to get that scoop. That way you give the first baseman a chance. More times than not, it's going to get the scoop where you've got a chance to get the out. If you try to stop, plant your foot, you have a chance to air mail it into the stands, giving up that extra base and not getting an out.
To be honest, at the beginning, Profar's footwork was not good, but he made up for it with a good throw.
He did. He stumbled as he tried to cross over.
Yep. Well, here's Norwood, who's 1 for 2.
Get into these leagues, there's a lot of people a lot of teams in the South Atlantic League, and because of that, you may not have seen this guy throughout the year. And I always felt like, and you've heard me say this before, the first time you see a guy, real big advantage for a pitcher, because you're just not sure, you know, if you haven't seen him, you're not sure what the ball does, and I think that helps a lot of guys that have major at bats. Pitchers become really accustomed to throwing to hitters. You know, later on, the advantage goes the other way.
I think sometimes we'll see that even in the big leagues, where a guy will be called up from the minor leagues and he'll dominate. You know, first start ever in the big leagues, and he'll look great. But then
doesn't take long.
2-3 starts in.
You better start making adjustments as a pitcher or a hitter. There's an awful lot of video of you out there, and teams are scouting like crazy.
Would you say that one of the biggest things any player really needs is the ability to adjust? Is that one of the great skills in this game?
From pitch to pitch.
from pitch to pitch.
You better adjust pitch to pitch.
Wow.
If as a pitcher, you cannot come back to Norwood and throw that same pitch again and think you're going to have success. He's going to hit it hard again.
Did he go? Nope.
He changed. That's exactly what. That's an adjustment he made right there.
And of course, even this time of the year, scouts are always present.
Oh yeah.
Getting close to the end of August when more deals will be made.
You're with an organization and you hope you get to that big league club that you're with, but there's other clubs always out watching.
And that's ball 4. So a 2-out walk to Norwood.
Pretty good at bat from Norwood. That's a good adjustment on his part. He saw him, saw the pitches he wanted to look at, worked his way to first base.
Now Ryan Aper. You know, we're seeing really good center field play in this game. Aper's made some good plays for Greensboro.
Yes,
We've seen Barris make some good plays for Hickory. 6th round draft pick, Aper. He doubled homer run his last time up. It was a hustle double.
Yes,
really a base hit to left center field, but that's the play, if you'll remember, that he slid into second base, and Arroyo, the second baseman, didn't know he was coming.
But Norwood can really run. He's got 32 stolen bases, 44 attempts. So this is always one of those things. Now 0-2 may have taken that away from him. That's, again, you haven't seen him at the plate. You haven't seen his move either. So it makes it tough as a base stealer to know exactly what he's going to do. Does he have a good move? Does he not have a good move? He doesn't throw over maybe.
Dancing around over there. He is going, and he picked a perfect pitch to do it on. He stole that bag on the pitch more than anything else.
No question. He was jumping back and forth, trying to draw a throw, and then once he saw him go to the plate, you can see him. Once he saw that, he just put his head down, took off, and it was a breaking ball in the dirt. Not an easy pitch for Trevino to throw on. I mean, he actually got the ball down there pretty well, even though it was a ball down in the dirt.
Can you tell, Keith, as a catcher, can you tell how good a jump a hitter got and what you have to do?
You know, it's hard out of your peripheral vision, but when you get ready to go, you know if that guy's got 5 or 6 steps, you know that, oh, I got really no shot here. And you start rushing, and that's when you start making mistakes. Stay in your program. Use your footwork. Do everything. If your throw's tardy, it's tardy, but he just got second. You try to rush it, throws in center, all of a sudden he's standing at third.
Now 2-2 to Aper. Runner in scoring position. Breaking ball through the hole. Here comes Norwood around third. Here comes a throw from Pinto. And it was going to be in time, but up the line, and then it scoots by Trevino. Taking second on the play, Aper. 5-3.
Well, the base hit does a nice job staying on the breaking ball right here. Just out of the reach, and then right here you think, oh, there's going to be a throw, but this throw is offline to the inside, and he tried to go all the way in the air. You know, and it's just hard. You got Trevino's he's trying to pick a short hop and then come back and make a tag at 5 foot from home plate, and that makes it very, very difficult. Throw was online, they had an out, just offline.
And what I liked about that, too, was seeing Felix Castillo, this guy, the on-deck batter, and he was signaling to Norwood.
Which way to slide, what you know, to get down.
So Aper standing at second base, and a pitch up high to Castillo. What a comeback by the Grasshoppers. 5 unanswered runs.
They scored in each of the last 3 frames. One
hopper to Garcia. throw in plenty of time, and that'll do it. But the Grasshoppers get another run with 2 outs in the inning. And we go to the 7th, 5-3 in favor of Greensboro. Oh, we thank you for your welcome. Good to be here at Newbridge Bank Park in Greensboro, North Carolina. And the Hoppers are doing well, really well. I feel like we shortchanged that lady who was holding the sign. Now she wanted to get on TV. Now we have a new pitcher. We'll put him on TV. This is James Bucklew.
Look at the numbers. He's done a nice job and almost averaging a strikeout an inning. Whip a little high at 1.56, those 27 walks. He's hit a few batters, but he's done a nice job coming out of the bullpen. He comes on here. His team staked to a 2-run lead. He has earned 1 save to go along with those 4 victories.
Michael Mader, the starting pitcher for Greensboro tonight, did not look like he was going to get really out of the 2nd or 3rd.
No, he struggled early, but he really did a nice job, settled in, gave his team exactly what starting pitcher needs to do, the lead through 6 innings. Now turn it over to the bullpen.
Now here's Hickory Crawdads.
Boy, he's had a good ball game.
And maybe this is why Mader's gone, because Barris had his number. He's 2 for 2 in the game off of Mader, including a home run. And the first pitch is way outside from Bucklew. There's a strike.
6'6" center fielder.
Yeah.
I'm racking my brain. I can't think of one.
I can't think of one either. He is from San Pedro de Marquez in the Dominican Republic, and he's 3 for 3.
We've seen some we talked about it already, seen some really good at-bats. Another good at-bat right there. Saw a ball up and away, took a fastball, came back with the 3rd pitch of the at-bat, stayed right on it, drove it right back through the box. He's got good speed.
And Barris, one of those guys, a non-drafted free agent from 2012, but he's only 21 years of age. He just looks like a guy, Hickory Barris. I'm not sure he'll be a center fielder in the big leagues. Who knows? But he looks like a guy that's going to be there.
If he's 21, too, he's going to add some more strength and probably some weight, too.
That's why I think he'll eventually maybe move to one of the corners because he'll get bigger. But at 6'6", 190, still that long, lanky frame. Edward Pinto, the batter. He's 0 for 2 in the game. And there goes the runner, Barris. Safe at 2nd.
Ball definitely beating. Did he get in under the tag, though? Sure looked like Castillo got this ball down there ahead of him there, but does he get down in time? I believe he's out. Get a chance to see it again. We get a chance to slow that down. But
I think he got him on the knee before that foot hit the bag. Well, a break for the Crawdads. Let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Gonna need a new uniform now, too.
And Pinto draws a walk.
That's not what you want coming out of your bullpen.
Nope.
Give up a base hit. See, get away from the wild pitch here. And one more view of it. Castillo does a nice job coming up with it. Boy, he's got a good, strong arm. Ball definitely there in time. Go down. I believe he got him right there before it gets on the bag. But again, we get to slow it down with 3 different camera angles. At full speed, that's a difficult call.
And we had a better angle of it from the very good. This is Jeremy Powell, who is the pitching coach, trying to settle down Bucklew.
I know you could be a bunt situation here.
Yeah, you've got a guy in Meyer who is 1 for 2 in the game, but hitting just .205 on the year.
You're late in the ball game, probably not asked to bunt very often. He's a big man with power, but sure does call for it right here. I would be anticipated in if I was the Grasshoppers.
Well, Shales even with the bag at third. So now the signs change for the catcher, right?
Yeah, it could be first after 2. It could be second sign, last sign. You can use all kinds of system. You just don't want the guy at second to relay it to the hitter.
And this one bounces to the plate past Castillo, and both runners move up without a bunt.
This is when you get just a hair lazy. You anticipate your pitcher when you call fastball that it's going to be a strike, but guys squaring around the bunt don't have a great view of it right here. See, the ball's right in front of his eyes. Do you see that? Bat was right in front of the catcher's eyes, and then if the ball starts to move, you're late picking it up. He was tardy getting out there to get that ball knocked down. Now the infield moves back.
I'd call that a wild pitch.
As well, but probably one that Castillo will tell you when he looks at the video replay, he'll say, I should have got that ball.
But if he was screened on it, I mean, it's hard.
Yeah, you do get screened sometimes.
So now runners at second and third, nobody out. And a pitch that catches the outside edge. 2-1 to Meyer.
Well, Meyer did a nice job. You don't want that's a pitcher's pitch. You're not going to do anything with that. Get something up, you can drive in the middle of the diamond.
Breaking ball. 2-2.
Meyer was not anticipating that. I can guarantee you. An open base, 2-run lead. Now he's got a lot of options as a pitcher.
It's like a change-up grip.
Something off speed. I'm not sure. Might have been a cutter, slider. Didn't have the same velocity as his fastball.
I was looking into that glove just to see if I could pick up what he might be throwing. Right now you can't tell. It's not until he puts the ball in the glove.
Feeling for those two seams. Looks like a change-up grip to me.
It was, and it's ripped down the line, and that's a fair ball. It'll score both runs, and Meyer will be held to a long single. 2-run single, and we've got a brand new ball game again. It's 5-5.
Elevated change-ups get hit hard. Exactly what happened there. We saw the grip. You knew it was going to be a change-up. He just made a mistake with it upstairs. Myers put a charge into it. Good base running, good anticipation. Understanding that ball was going to get in there and was going to get in there for what we thought was extra bases.
And again, good base running is right. Barris did the right thing. He's the guy at third, because if that ball is caught, the last thing you want is you're caught off third base and now you can't tag. Whereas you look at the guy behind him in Pinto, he made a great jump. He got a good read that the left fielder wouldn't get it.
And he knew he was not going to get doubled up, so he's right there. And he looked up, saw his teammate close, didn't pass him.
Yeah.
Threw the brakes on. Knew he was going to score easily.
Well, Buckler still hasn't retired a batter. 2 singles and a walk and a bunt up in the crowd. That looked like a bunt from a guy who isn't called on to bunt very often.
No, he did not go after either pitch that he's gone after. Neither one were strikes.
You ask him to bunt again, he's only hitting a .133.
I don't think so. I think you let him swing the bat here. Hopefully stay away from the double play ball.
He's going to bunt with 2 strikes. And that toss to first was probably as much as anything to see what he was going to do.
I am really surprised by that. Now as a manager, when they threw over and you say, well, they're thinking we're going to bunt with 2 strikes, do you turn him loose here? I would not be bunting here.
And again, a guy that doesn't bunt much, he showed his hand. And that's strike 3. So Mormon doesn't move the runner, doesn't get a bunt down in play, and there's 1 out here in the 7th.
You know, the other part of that is, and everybody manages and has a different style, but my next hitter on deck's a left-handed hitter. So you're going to bunt him into scoring position to get a lefty-lefty matchup.
Right.
I'd rather have my right-handed hitter with an opportunity to swing a bat.
I think that was more predicated on Mormon hitting a 133
Absolutely.
than anything. And sometimes, and I don't mean this as a slight to Mormon, I don't.
No, neither do I.
But sometimes you really manage to stay out of a double play too.
Yep. There are those things where you can picture it, you see it happening, and how do I avoid that?
Here's Arroyo. He looks like he wants to bunt and takes a ball. Did he pull his back? He did. 2-0 now to Arroyo.
Yeah, but he would be bunting for a base hit.
Yeah.
Really has struggled with the zone.
And a little chopper by the mound. Only play first base, so it's like a swinging bunt. That'll move Meyer down to second.
That's another good play by Davis. Early in the game, if you remember, he didn't get his shoulders turned, but right here, watch him right at the end, folks. He'll get those shoulders turned where he can find his target that time. You saw him earlier in the game where the shoulders stayed parallel, throw was way offline. This time he got his shoulders, found his target, able to deliver a strike.
So now with 2 out and a runner at second, here is Profar, who has been robbed of a hit twice in this game. Starts with that open stance, Keith, and then closes it as the pitch is coming.
Well, a lot of times that's to see the ball, to get both eyes on the ball. He closes up. So he's not happy with that call. You can see in the way he's going about it. I'm down a strike. Didn't think that was a strike.
Hit into right center field. And on comes Norwood. Boy, the outfield play tonight has been outstanding.
Well, it was. And Profar is robbed for the third time on the night.
Same guy, same result. He's been robbed by the second baseman, the center fielder, and now the right fielder. Wow. You're watching Sunday Night Showcase on ASN. Now Guilford, the Grasshoppers, out entertaining some young fans. Of course, we're in Guilford County here in North Carolina. Where in the world is Monica McNutt right now? Monica, where are you?
Hey, guys. I am hanging out in the strike zone here with Robert and Chris. The K zone. Excuse me. These guys are the pros. They're correcting me. All right, Robert, the K zone. Tell me how this tradition came to be here.
Well, we started it back of our Memorial Stadium. It kind of just bled over here to the new stadium in 205. So we've been doing it ever since.
So that's about 11 years or so. Chris, how long have you been involved with the organization?
I've been involved with the organization for about 10 years out of them 11 years. And I've worked for them, and it's a real great job.
So both of you guys have seen a lot of talent come through here. Chris, you got a favorite player?
Yeah, I would have to say Adam Conley. He pitched here in 2012, and he's a pretty good player. He's with the Marlins now, and they've got a Jose Fernandez, who is a great pitcher with the Marlins now also.
Robert, you got a favorite?
Well, all the way back in the Yankees, when we used to have Yankees at the old with Derek Jeter, Don Mattingly. You know, we've had a lot of good ones come through.
Good stuff. All right, guys, we'll keep up the great work over here in the K zone. We got lots of history here at the ballpark, guys. Back up to you.
What if Monica, she eat all that pulled pork?
Yeah, she ate the pulled pork, and now she's ready to put up the Ks. Well, let's see what happens here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Grasshoppers aren't looking for any Ks. Zach Sullivan, he led off that 5th inning with a double and scored. Let's see what he does here against Shane McCain. McCain, one of those guys that kind of separates that ball from his glove before he delivers.
Yeah, his reach, when he reaches back to deliver the baseball, he separates before his weight gets to the top of his delivery.
See that little pop in the glove? What does that do for him?
I don't think it does a whole lot for him, to be honest with you. There are guys, Mott pitches for the Cubs right now, does it. There are guys that do that. This is just a trigger mechanism, gets them going. Does slow you down a little bit with a man on first base, though.
That dog, did you see that dog go out and get that?
Oh, that's Miss Babe Ruth.
Huh?
Retiring at the end of the year, too, is She's like 600 or 700 consecutive games that she's been doing it. She goes down and gets the ball and delivers it. Miss Babe Ruth right there. This is the end of her career this season.
Sitting down there with Donald Moore, the president. There she goes.
It's amazing. Miss Babe Ruth.
Hot shot, but right at Garcia, 1 out.
Well, you're at that point of the game now. Leadoff hitters of every inning are going to be so important. We've seen that in the game. You know, if you get that leadoff guy gets on, he scored an awful lot in the ball game.
You know, Miss Babe Ruth doesn't just hit balls. She just went out and got a bat.
Oh, yeah. She's a full-fledged. She's retiring, too.
Why? She's still at the top of her game.
Well, you know, you don't leave when you start to fall off. You leave at the top of your game.
Davis hits a high pop-up. And this one will come up over the screen. Now, here's Miss Babe Ruth. All right, give me that bat. That's the best bat girl I've ever seen.
I'm telling you. Now, your bat comes back with a little knot in it every time. You know, but, that's all right. Sand it a little bit and it'll be all right. Look at her. She's ready to go.
She cannot wait. There's a hot shot into left center field. It'll be played on a hop by Barris. Base hit for Davis, his second hit of the game.
Davis can run as well. So we got another one of those scenarios. You put a little hit and run on right here. You start to press the envelope a little bit. Start getting to this point of a game. It makes you manage a little different than you would earlier in a ball game.
Miss Babe Ruth went out and got that bat. So now Justin Twine. Twine 0 for 3, but got an RBI in the 5th.
Not his best move. He's got to have a better move than that.
Yeah. You know, it was interesting in talking with Brian McRae, one of our analysts on this minor league Sunday showcase. He said he always went off of the movement of the back leg. When all the weight went on that back leg, he knew I could go, because the only move he can legally make is to the plate at that point.
The only time that I would think that would be different would be a guy like Steve Carlton, who had a unbelievable move, and he would fool you by putting his weight in the back, but that front foot never would cross that plane, and he would catch an awful lot of people in the middle of his. But you're right, most pitchers give it away by when they get their weight on their left leg to go to home plate. They've committed. That's where they're going.
Twine looks at one upstairs. 2 balls and a strike to Justin Twine.
With the slide step that time. That means he does not lift his front leg, Dave, and slides it on the ground and gets to the ball to home plate probably a couple of tenths quicker than his normal delivery.
This one hit deep to left field. Back goes Pinto at the wall and gone! Wow! Sixth home run of the year for Twine. And I think Davis had a big influence on that.
Well, if you're not paying attention to the hitter, it's going to cost you. Second round pick, 49th player taken overall. Justin Twine gets a ball right in that zone. Loves it. Great extension. Knew right there. See right there, he knew what was happening. Davis scores in front of him.
So the 2 runs scored in the top of the inning by the Crawdads are answered here in the bottom of the 7th, and it's a 2-run lead again for the Grasshoppers.
Fall behind, you pay the price.
Seen 3 homers in the game now, 2 of them by the Hoppers. A solo homer by Mason Davis, and then the 2-run shot you just saw from Twine. Brian Shales, the batter, he's 1 for 3. 2-1 the count to Shales. Should have talked to Donald Moore about his dog.
Well, I just looking at and remembering and hearing about Miss Babe Ruth, everything she did, and
Base hit.
knew that she was coming to the end of her career.
Gotta go get that bat. You know what? She's smart enough too to wait to make sure that the ball is out of play. So she even knows the rules of baseball. Where's my treat? Thank you. Third consecutive hit for the Grasshoppers. Oscar Marin, the pitching coach, is out to have a quick chat with McCain.
And this is pitcher and catcher. I like this, and they're both trying to get them both on the same page. They've stayed in a pattern. They've fallen behind. And, you know, when you fall behind, you get in a pattern that you've got to elevate a fastball, and it's usually going to get hit hard.
Well, we featured Arturo Rodriguez in the beginning of the show, and so far in this game, he's 0 for 3. So it's time for him to come and shine. This is a guy who grew up in Mexico, in Monterrey, Mexico, and then played the Mexican League for 5 years. Signed by Miami as a minor league free agent, and there goes one to deep left field, and you can forget about that one. I just had a feeling.
Well, you keep missing with the first pitch of an inning. Dave, you're going to pay prices, and then your next pitch is elevated. Guys are going to set on that fastball, and well, I tell you what, this is no doubter right here. He did put a charge in this.
Number 17 on the year.
High fastball, no doubt. That's one as an out. You can see the outfielder. He made a couple of steps, turned, and say, "Where's he going to land?"
That was a shot. And now another one out over the plate, and Austin Smith tees off for a base hit.
They're trying to get somebody up in a hurry. They already had one visit to the mound. This is 1 year as an infielder, and yeah, I can see that coming. Profar, third baseman, coming over, and catcher coming out. There are times when a guy, quite frankly, just doesn't have it, and you got to get somebody ready. And as a teammate, you got to slow the game down and let that guy get loose in the pen.
And the dejection written all over Corey Ragsdale as his team fought back to tie it at 5, and now two-run homers here in the 7th inning, and 5 straight hits by the Grasshoppers. Now John Norwood. And right now the Greensboro batters are running up to the plate.
Norwood with great speed, tough to double up, but he's got power as well. You can see his numbers.
Walked and scored his last time up. One for 2 officially.
Patterns developed behind the count again.
Do you give him a green light?
No.
Not with a 4-run lead?
No. Not so much the lead. I just think at this point, you might, if you know your hitter. If he's been around a while and he understands that you don't want him to go swinging at something outside the zone. That was a pitcher's pitch there.
So it wouldn't be beyond baseball ethics to swing 3-0 with a 4-run lead.
No, I don't, because the inning started with the tie ball game. I think you're going to see a pitching change now.
Yeah, that's going to probably do it for Shane McCain. He just can't get out of this 6th inning. He got Sullivan the first batter he faced here in the 7th, but then a single, a home run, a single, a home run, a single, and now a walk, and that'll do it for Shane McCain. So we've got a pitching change as Hickory will go back to their bullpen, and they'll bring in another left-hander. You look at the Grasshoppers, and these guys, of course, in the Marlins farm system. And so who are the guys that you look at? We saw a guy last night in Trevor Williams, or excuse me, it was Garcia we saw last night, and he gave up a hit and walked 2 in the 1st inning and got out of it unscathed and then went on to win the game. So you see a couple of guys.
Well, one of the things that the Marlins have really made a real effort to go after pitching. They felt like, I mean, obviously you've got Fernandez, you've got some young guys they already have in the big leagues. But one of the things that you can tell as an organization, they've said, all right, we're going to have to go through the draft. It's harder to get free agent pitchers at this point in the game, so you got to mold them from within, and they really spent a lot of money, time, and effort to do that. They have some good offensive players already, and they're trying to bolster their pitching staff.
And let me give credit where credit is due. It's Tyler Kolek, who's the guy we saw last night.
Right.
He's the #1 prospect, and he pitched out of that jam in the 1st inning and looked really good. So now they go back to the bullpen, and this is Joe Filomeno.
Well, you can see Filomeno averaging more than a strikeout an inning. He's got a real explosive fastball. That walk to strikeout ratio is fantastic. It's not good. 55-10 is outstanding.
2 on, 1 out. And a swing by Aper at the first pitch. Aper, by the way, is 2 for 3 in the game with 2 RBIs. Already 4 runs in the inning for the Grasshoppers, and a chance to really punch a big hole in this game right here. But a good pitch, and Aper could not check in time, and it's 0-2 the count.
Well, that ball really turned that ball over. Almost looked like a split finger that time as it went away from the right-handed hitter. See if we can take a look at that and see that again. That's what it is. It is an unusual pitch. You don't see it very often. Obviously, Bruce Sutter probably had one of the best ones in the history of the game. But you can see his fingers split. It really flips that hand, and he gets that downward motion. It's almost tumbles.
You can see he sets it up.
You do that early, that way you don't have to go into your glove and go get it again. And then if you're going to another pitch, you just slide your fingers back together.
That takes a lot of strength to hold that ball that way.
You work at that. He's always probably got a baseball in his hand.
And there it is again. So Aper down on strikes, now 2 out here in the 7th.
Why it's such a great pitch, Dave, is the fact is the arm speed is the same as the fastball.
Okay.
It just comes out of his hands with a tumbling motion, and the arm speed makes it look like a fastball, difficult to lay off of.
So he sets it up already as if he's going to throw the split, but he can change to another grip quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Then he went to the fastball.
Right.
And each time he does a lot of motions in his hands to make sure that the hitter's not picking up that he's moving the ball around.
Whether he's moving or not, that glove is moving.
He'll do it every time, even if he's throwing the forkball or the split.
That was another fastball, and it's 1-1. Castillo, the batter, 0 for 3 in the game, but he has done a good job behind the plate.
When you come set and you come up and you've got the split finger, if you're going to do something, you do this with your hand if you're sliding into the fastball or keeping it still. That way the hitter doesn't know which pitch you're going with. can see him. He's starting to get ready. He'll go ahead and place the split in his hands. Now he's got lots of options here at a 1-2 count. I think he's going to go with the split, but he can go with the fastball. Then he does the fingers, flips his hands where the hitter doesn't know if he kept the grip or if he changed to another grip.
What would you say? He throws it more than 50% of the time?
Well, I would think that's his out pitch. That's why he's got such a base on balls to strikeout ratio.
So when he holds that with a split, the index finger is on one seam, the middle finger is on the other seam.
Outside of them. They want that seam. That's what allows it to have the movement that it has. That's a very defensive swing right there.
Sure was. Is it tough to catch a split-fingered pitch?
You just got to anticipate every one of them in the dirt. Hard to frame if you were looking at it that way. It's hard to frame his fastball.
He got that one up.
He did, but he still had enough little movement there that the catcher paid the price for it too. They don't call it the tools of ignorance for nothing. He caught that one right off the index of his right off his big toe, inside his big toe.
Why does the ball always seem to hit you in the spot that you don't have padding?
And you got padding everywhere. I've never figured that out. Another defensive swing right there. Our cameraman was look out.
Yeah, really.
Keep your head up.
Use that camera as a shield.
No kidding. Nice going. Whew.
He could get caught in his beard, you know.
Duck Dynasty.
And that one he got up again and lifted out to center field, but right to Barris. And that'll do it. So Filomeno does a good job in getting the two guys he faced in the seventh. But the Grasshoppers with 2 home runs in the inning. One from Twine, one from Rodriguez, and it's a 4-run Grasshopper lead. Four-run Grasshopper lead here in Greensboro. Keith, no pulled pork for you, but you did find a baseball.
We did find a baseball. First of all, I want to show you, if you'll count those, there's 4 seams right there. The 4-seam fastballs, obviously, you're going to come over across and try to get all 4 seams to make it work. A lot of guys use their breaking ball. They use those 4 seams as well, but they get off to the side and get that kind of rotation where they get all 4 seams to make it move. But the interesting thing we're watching is a split finger goes between those 2 seams, outside on each side of it, and his thumb down here on the bottom part, and he gets out in front, makes that kind of move to allows it to get the kind of rotation. But the interesting part was what he was doing is he's here with the split, and then he'd rotate it to the 4-seamer, and while he's doing this. So it's interesting how he was trying to hide that.
Yeah, interesting. You know, when you look at that, and thanks for teaching us that too. When you look at that from the hitter's standpoint, you know he's going to be wiggling that glove all the time, so you just can't pay any attention to it. You just have to say, all right, he's probably coming with the splitter here. By the way, we have a new pitcher, too, for the Grasshoppers. This is Ryan Hafner in his 9th appearance of the year.
Well, he comes on here, has struggled with his command. He hadn't been able to get ahead. Right off the bat, I tell you what, these 2 teams tonight, this late in the year, I always said as a hitter, you wanted to be good at the end of the year because pitchers are going to be tired. Their arms are going to be tired. They're not as good as they were maybe back in April and May. And we've seen an awful lot of good hitting tonight. I mean, pitching has made some mistakes up, but I've been impressed with the approaches of both of these clubs.
So a lead single by Garcia, and here is Trevino, who's 1 for 3 in the game. Strike 1, the call from Hafner, who has a little bit of a hesitation in that delivery.
Guy you could probably run on if you get the opportunity. Right now, down 4 with 6 outs left, you're not running.
High pop-up. Boy, Shales came in late, and Castillo gave ground.
Got to. Castillo, that is a very difficult play for the catcher. Much easier for the infielder. He's got a different type of glove. And I guarantee the happiest guy in the ballpark was Felix when he looked up and saw his third baseman say, I got it. You can see right over there by the dugout, Castillo backs up and says, oh, thank you. I will let you take it.
And see, Miss Babe Ruth is retired for the night, or the dog would have had it.
She's
Tendler now the batter. Just missed low, ball one. Tendler had a double and scored a run back in the second, and since has struck out twice. And that is a foul ball. Boy, a hot shot right down the line. Smith grabbed it, but in foul territory.
Well, late in the game as a first baseman, you're really not going to worry about getting off and trying to get something in the hole between you and the second baseman. And right now, you're not really playing no doubles, but the only way really that Hickory gets back in the game is probably some type of slugging percentage. That means an extra base hit. So started just hanging on that line as a first baseman.
Down low, 2-1.
I like all these guys get on the rubber and they get ready to go. You can tell the game is speeding up. I like that what we're getting to. I know it may be because of a clock, and we've talked about that this season. We've seen that and everything, but just seeing guys that are not taking all the time in between. And I think that's good for the game. I mean, I love the game of baseball. It's been a very important part of my life, and you want to see it thrive, and the way it thrives is let's play.
I think there are ways to speed up the game without being in a hurry.
Agreed.
And I do like the pitch clock. I like it. I think it.
Well, last week we had a human rain delay on with us for half inning, and Mike was doing it. But as he said, he used it. That was part of his game plan, was to slow the pitchers down, get him out of rhythm, and give him time to, think in his mind what pitch might be coming. But this is when this is going to be a one-sided conversation right here. There's certain points in the game where you're going to use it to teach. And you're going to go out and you're going to say, right here, my first conversation, say, look, you got a 4-run lead. We got to attack the strike zone. And it didn't take long. Wasn't screaming or yelling. It was just more or less making a point. Say, you want to stay out of here and you want to pitch. You got to get it and attack the zone.
And I liked what Hafner, I mean, you could read his lips. He just looked at Jeremy Powell, his pitching coach, said, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's what I got to do.
Yes, sir. I understand. Throw strikes. Well, here's a guy that's tough to get out. Barris is 3 for 3 in the game with 2 singles and a home run. And a breaking ball outside. High fly ball, playable, right center field. Norwood's got it. Tagging at second and moving to third is Garcia, but he's there with 2 out. Runners at the corners now with 2 out.
Yeah, made a good pitch in the right spot there. Had a good hitter reaching. Just didn't get that authority on the swing. See if he can get ahead. Lefty-righty matchup here. Advantage a little bit for Hickory. As a pitcher, you got to find strike one. Much better. Sometimes a little visit helps you.
Hot shot down the line. That'll easily score Garcia. And stopping at third, Tendler on the double from Pinto.
Oh, that's a good piece of hitting. This was not a bad pitch. It was down and away. Didn't try to pull it. This goes out. It just goes with it the other direction. That's not much as a pitcher right there. You go, well, where do I need to throw it? Good job of getting that ball back in. Sullivan. But just like this, now all of a sudden, tying run at the plate.
Jonathan Meyer. High fly ball down the line in left field. Everyone giving chase. Did he catch it?
I don't know, but it is a heck of an effort, I can tell you that.
Boy, Sullivan goes sliding into the bullpen and doesn't hang on to the ball. But what an effort.
Just coming down, everybody trying to get out of the way. And he comes in, tries to get to it, can't come up with it. Just what an effort right here to try to get to the baseball, the wall, everything is there, and upsetting himself that he couldn't come up with it. Nice to see that he did not make contact with the wall. He was in a spot that was really tough for us to see. Got away with a hanger, though. Got to get that breaking ball down.
Myers 2 for 3 in the game. You know, I was looking up with Jairo Berra, 6'6" center fielder. I was just trying to think of tall center fielders. Torrey Hunter, how tall is he?
I don't think he's 6'6". He's a big man, though.
Yeah, he's tall. Andrew Jones, how tall was he? Not Brave. Not that.
No,
not
he
6'6".
he was
6'3", maybe 6'2". Beltran about 6'2". Dale Murphy.
It's a good call. He did play some center.
Yep.
And he was closer to 6'5".
Did Winfield ever play center?
Some.
Yeah,
a
Dave
little
Winfield?
bit.
No.
That would be, but most of the time he was on the corners.
Anyway, just, you know,
It's always
fun
good
to think about.
conversation.
Yeah.
It is.
High pop up behind the plate. Castillo, he's got room. Oh, and he can't hang on.
Always going to come back to the plate. Felix that time got up, gets up there. You see it, and you think, I got it, and then it starts to drift. Just caught it right out on the end, and always felt like that if I could lay back and be coming forward to the ball, I was going to be in a much better situation than I was to be trying to back up. And once he started backing up, boy, it's difficult. Your heels start to hit the ground, and your head starts to bounce.
So Meyer given life again. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. A throw to first to complete the strikeout, and that'll do it. Crawdads get one closer, but still trail by 3 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. 9-6 in favor of the Hoppers. Well, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Grasshoppers are leading 9-6. And before we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, let's check out some of the top prospects for the Texas Rangers organization. And one of those is Luis Ortiz, who pitched for Hickory this year. He was 4-1 in 10 starts with a 1.72 ERA, but Ortiz right now on the DL.
Yeah, you look at that. Joey Gallo has already been up and down in the big leagues. Tremendous power. I mean, outstanding, light tower power. He can hit it a mile. Another one of their top prospects. Expect him to be a September call-up and part of their rotation in the outfield. Can play third base as well.
Down low from Filipino, 2-0 to Sullivan. Here's that list again. A couple of right-handed pitchers, a couple of outfielders, and then, of course, Gallo.
Frisco, Double-A affiliate in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Inside, now 3-0. Sullivan had one of the key hits in the game, a leadoff double and a run scored in the 5th. And a 4-pitch walk to lead off the 8th.
Boy, lead off base runners. We've just seen it the entire ball game, either with base hits or via the walk. turned into runs. You've got that kind of devastating pitch as a split finger. Got to get ahead where you can use it.
Well, here's Davis. He's 2 for 3 officially with a sac bunt. And a home run to left field from Davis, his 6th of the year. 3 home runs hit by the Grasshoppers tonight. Messrs. Davis, Twine, and Rodriguez.
Now that's a little better move than we've seen. That one is going to be a little tougher to get a really good jump.
That was the splitter. Oof.
And a good one,
I should say. That thing moved from one side of the plate to the other and from the waist down to the ankles. Another one.
Hard to hit. That's good morning, good afternoon, and good night right there.
Man.
You can see it come out of his hand and have a good downward rotation to it.
Now Twine with the foul ball out of play. Twine with a 2-run homer in the 7th inning. And that gave the Grasshoppers the lead again. That was after the Crawdads had tied the game up with a 2-run top of the 7th inning. And then Rodriguez would add a 2-run homer later in the 7th. Chopper to the third baseman, Profar to second for one, the relay in time, and the double play, and that'll do it. So we go to the 9th inning, a 3-run lead for the Grasshoppers.
Well, outstanding again. Second time in the ball game, we've seen a great feed and a great turn. Easily turns the double play.
A beautiful night here in Greensboro at Newbridge Bank Park, and we welcome you back for the 9th inning with Keith Moreland and Monica McNutt. I'm Dave Armstrong. Glad to have you with us. The Grasshoppers leading by 3. Remember, they trailed by 3 early on in this game, but a 3-run 4th and adding 4 more in the 7th have given them the lead. And now here is Kyle Fisher to try to close things out.
Well, he's just been outstanding. 10 saves, 40th appearance of the year, averaging a strikeout an inning, only 11 walks. That's a 6-to-1 ratio. His whip, now this is a good number for a guy coming out to close games, .99, less than 1 base runner per innings pitched this season. He's really done an outstanding job. This is a save situation here.
Well, he'll face Mormon first, and then Carlos Arroyo, followed by Jeremy Profar. Mormon's 0 for 3 in the game. Ball 1 to Mormon. High pop-up. This will find the seats behind home plate. 1-1 the count to Mormon.
Every at bat you usually get 1 pitch you could hit. That was the pitch Mormon could hit. Now he may be in trouble. That was elevated in the middle of the zone.
Remember, Mormon came up the last time and tried to bunt a guy over and struck out on an 0-2 pitch trying to bunt. Hot shot down to third. Shales has got it. 1 gone in the 9th.
Took his time, knew he had time, knows the runner. Did a nice job setting his feet, staying down on that Skinner. That was one of them that never really bounced much. Just stayed on the ground, stayed down on it, lead off out.
So now Carlos Arroyo, as the top of the order comes up for the Crawdads. Arroyo 0 for 3 with a walk in this game. A roller out to second. Davis. 2 down. Thing about Hafner, and you can see it with all good closers, is they get out and they come right out after you.
Yeah, when you look at Fisher, he's done a nice job, Dave, of of showing you the fastball. He's got a sinking fastball. We haven't even seen his breaking ball at this point. If you can throw your fastball down with some movement down in the zone with some velocity, you're going to get a lot of ground ball outs.
So Profar now to face Fisher. Ken Fisher looking for his 11th save. Strike one. Profar has been robbed of a hit 3 times in the game.
Well, that's where I was going. We were both thinking the same thing. Tough at bat here. You're 0 for 4 and have 3 base hits taken away from you. There's the bender. That's the equalizer. The first time we've seen it.
Now he can go anywhere.
He can go upstairs, but he's not a guy that pitches up. I think he comes back with the breaking ball. Thought it'd be the backdoor fastball.
Came up and in, and this one down the line, and Profar, his first hit of the game. How did he hit that ball? It was up around his shoulders.
Well, he was coming in inside with a fastball. Profar was looking for it. I don't know how he gets to this, but he sort of rips through it, and it gets by Scales. And just like that, the 2-out base runner. You know, you never know. I would have gone back to the breaking ball myself.
Yeah. Well, so Profar, he's of no concern right now for Greensboro. He's standing at second. But the tying run is still in the on-deck circle. Here is Garcia, who's 2 for 4 in the game. High fly ball, playable. Aper goes over. And the Grasshoppers take their second straight over the Crawdads. The final score, 9-6. We'll come back and wrap it up in a moment. Now, Greensboro trailed in this game 3-0 once upon a time, but came back and a great effort. And after the game was tied again in the 7th inning, Justin Twine broke the tie with this 2-run homer to left field. Another 2-run homer was added by Arturo Rodriguez later in the inning, and the Grasshoppers go on to win this by the final score of 9-6. So while the Dogs entertain, we'll come back to put the final wraps on it in a moment. Now the Grasshoppers close out our Sunday showcase in style with a 9-6 victory. Keith, it has been a pleasure spending the summer with you, my friend.
Well, it has you as well. Thank you very much, and to all of our crew and everybody, nice job. We went from coast to coast, from Florida to Oregon.
We've been all over the country, and it has been a lot of fun. So for Monica McNutt, Keith Moreland, and our entire crew, I'm Dave Armstrong. Now, for scores, highlights, features, and more, go to AmericanSportsNet.com. This has been a presentation of ASN, the American Sports Network. Your teams, your passion, your network. And now Ashley Bullington has put together a nice feature on the year that was in minor league baseball on ASN.